It doesn't need to be fixed.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Amanda Lynne. Subscribe to Raze.
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You've made it back to my channel, and this is a very, very special edition. It is Wednesday. It is New Comic Book Day, and I have never been more excited than I am for this cover. It's easy to say that, oh yeah, well, Raze is always excited. This one is topping all of that, and there are several reasons. Because DC finally got it right. Finally got it right. This is exactly what I want in a DC comic book cover. I'm going to put him away because I got a lot to talk about. Yes, Raze gets to comic flex, and he loves comic flexing. This is the Batman number 251. It is the Winter Convention Limited Edition. I believe it's a Walmart exclusive. This came out in 1973, I believe. The actual comic did, not the pop. I mean, it's, you know, it's brand new. But this is the Joker's 5-way revenge. Now, part of what makes this special, and this is a little bit of a divergence, is because I saw this when they first advertised it, and somehow I just let it slip by and I wasn't really watching it. And then one day I get a text message from my mother, and the text message says, "Hey, do you want this?" And she sends me a picture. She was at Walmart. She picked it up. I believe this is a Walmart exclusive. And it took a lot for me it was texting words and letters and arranging them and yes, please. So she picked this up for me, and I'm very appreciative of it because this is Raze's favorite comic book cover to date. Like I said, I've never been more excited for a comic book cover as I have been for this one since the Action Comics #1 first came out. And there's several reasons why. One, this is Joker's 5-way revenge. The Joker had not been in a comic for a couple years when this came out. Originally in the Bill Finger, Bob Kane era Golden Age Batman, he was a homicidal maniac kind of guy, and then you had the comics code come out where everything had to be softened, and the Joker basically turned into more of a comedian and a prankster. His homicidal urges kind of tapered down quite a bit, and he was used less and less, because if you can't use the Joker right, he just becomes a clown. Well, 5-way revenge was a return to form. This is the first appearance of the Joker as we know him today. This was his first appearance. This is what he eventually evolved into as the icon of villains, so to speak. He is technically the Joker is the first supervillain in comics, and he has held on to that title. I wouldn't say he's the best supervillain in comics of all time, but he is the first, and he puts a stranglehold on at least the top 5, no matter what. They're constantly reinventing him. Yeah, I could go on about the Joker and about that. He's not the best supervillain, but he is the blueprint for them. The cover, of course, the pop has him holding the card as he is on the cover, with a Well, it's a picture of Batman on the card, whereas in the on the cover it appears that it is Batman strapped to a card. Um, this is one of the greatest Joker stories ever told, and I have that on the highest authority because it's even in the stacked deck, the greatest Joker stories ever told. This is one of the issues in here, and in all honesty, this is one of the greatest Batman stories I've ever told. It's really dated in a lot of respects. One of my favorite little bits that dates it, actually, and yes, I'll put this up on the screen. But when Batman's initially hunting the Joker, he flat out mentions that he'd been watching the Joker since he had escaped from the how does he put it, the mental hospital, the mental prison. Yeah, this is before Arkham Asylum even existed. they hadn't even brought that guy out, that place out yet. This is pre Arkham Asylum. This is also the iconic image of Batman wrestling a shark underwater with his arm shackled, or with his wrist shackled. That came from this as well, and I do believe they visited that bit in the animated series, but this is where it started. And they did not do this story in the Batman animated series, but they did do that. They did take that scene, and yeah, I mean, the writing, the art just is married so perfectly. We're talking Neil Adams' art with Denny O'Neil's writing, honestly at their finest. This is definitely a must-have, and it is definitely, if you have not read this, you really need to check it out. Look it up. It's actually Batman 251, and you will not be disappointed. I mean, it has some of the tropes that Joker becomes famous for, because early on in the story, and mind you, this is one issue. This isn't a story arc. This is one issue. And this is everything a comic book should be. Self-contained, and yeah, I mean, at an early part in the story, the Joker basically surprises Batman, has the upper hand on him, and could take him out. But that classic Joker trope, he got into that position by chance. And unless the Joker gets into that position by tricking Batman into that position, or, you know, basically setting that whole scene up, the Joker's not going to take that opportunity, because that wouldn't be right. And yeah, you really get to see where a lot of the things that became mainstays for the Joker originated from this story. So yeah, I am super excited to get this. This is definitely this is definitely going to be my favorite for a while, because this is going to be a hard one to top. But I would like to know what you think. I want to know if you've read this. If you've read this story. Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. As a matter of fact, I kind of want to read it now, because I went ahead and dug out the book, so I probably will. As soon as I get out of here, I'm probably going to go ahead and read. I'll go ahead and give you the close-ups on this, and yeah, I will calm down. I swear I'll calm down. Later. But go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and give me a like if you like this. Comment down below if you have read this issue, and if you agree that this is one of the best Joker stories, if not one of the best Batman stories that has ever been published. To top it all off, it's contained in one issue, and yes, it shows you what comics could be, and in a lot of ways, I kind of wish still were. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off now. I'm gonna have to read this. I apologize, but I've got to go read a comic. So I hope you enjoyed this comic book, this new comic book day, and don't forget that there's a whole playlist of these because I collect all of them. And never forget that life is full of odd moments, and you never know when you're going to be defined.